Alright guys, I got a new product here I wanted you to check out. I'm doing a review on. This is a trail camera, deer camera, game camera, or whatever you want to call it. And this one here, let me just start out by saying I do a lot of reviews and I try and pick the ones that are the best quality and the best price for you guys out there, because things are so expensive that just doesn't make any sense anymore. But this camera here has some great features that some of the other cameras do not, that I haven't seen anyways. Now this camera is brought to you by New View Hunting, and I'm going to just read off some of the things that come with this camera and some of the features that are really pretty cool. It is definitely waterproof. It's rated at IP66. Now the first 6 is for waterproof, which will take any kind of heavy rain or wind or windblown rain, and then the other 6 is for dustproof, so you won't be getting those spiders and all that stuff coming in there. It comes with a really nice rubber seal. Actually, you have to squeeze the camera to get it to shut. And another thing that this camera has, it has a time-lapse feature, which for my application it probably wouldn't benefit me. For other people who are outdoors, you could set it up to watch plants grow and stuff like that. It'll take a continuous round of pictures and then it'll put it all together in a video as the flower is growing, which is pretty cool. I imagine you could probably use it for some kind of antler growth if you have a deer that keeps coming in to a feeder, if you're allowed to feed them and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool. You can see the progression of the antlers growing. It has all the standard stuff, you know, your video resolutions all the way up to 3840. It does the 1080, which everybody's familiar with, and it has photo resolutions too. You can set this thing up for all kinds of applications. It's really pretty cool. Another thing that I like about this camera here is has a most of your trail cameras come with a 49 to 50 degree angle. The deer has to move within a 50 degree range to set the camera off. There's one other camera out there I read about, it has a 72 degree, but this particular camera has 120 degrees. It has 2 side sensors that look out way right and left. It'll start to pick up the motion and get the camera going. The trigger speed on this camera is 0.2 seconds, so it's pretty quick. Better than most. It's fully LED lighted, IR, and the setup on these cameras, it just doesn't get any easier than that. Just one flick of the button, the menu comes right up, and it's very user friendly. I was pretty impressed about how easy it is to use. Right now I don't have an SD card in, so it's telling me I'm missing the SD card, which is a good feature. And you can set this up to take a photograph after you set it up on the tree. It'll take a photograph. You can check it, make sure you're centered and pointing where you want it to be. You know how sometimes you don't get the angle quite right. It also has a nice feature with the batteries. It holds 8 batteries, but it only takes 4 to run it. So when these 4 run out, it'll switch to the other 4 that are on standby, which is really a nice feature. Also takes up to 256 gig SD card, which is great. You just have to format it when you first put it in and you're good to go. Has your standard clips to keep it shut, but you do have to squeeze it because the rubber gasket, like I said, is waterproof and dustproof. It has your standard strapping features to the tree. It does come with a solid mount too, which looks pretty cool. It's a swivel head, but you would have to screw that in. So I don't know if anybody really wants to put any screws in trees. I guess if you have a fence post or something like that, or if you own a property, you can do that. But it's completely a 360 degree swivel mount. You could mount it right to the tree, just like that. And then you can bolt your camera right to it with the 1/4 inch universal adapter here. It comes with a charging cord, and of course it comes with the standard strap that goes around the tree for most of them. I don't know what these, wow, that comes with little spacers, I guess, if you're going to mount it in some kind of wall, something like that. There is just a little clip here that you could put a miniature lock on. I don't know how secure that would be for someone to steal it. But you can put a password in here so no one can get into the information that the SD card is holding. Other than that, if somebody wants your camera, they're going to take it, whether you, no matter what you do to it these days. Sad thing to say, but it's the truth. So that's about it. I have some footage that I'm going to put up, some nighttime footage and daytime footage, and I would just like to say this camera, very well built, nice and sealed, everything looks great. But you can get this camera, I just checked on their website, and I'll put a link to that in the description, for $59. In today's world, $59 will get you this camera, and that's a pretty good deal. All the other features are listed in this book, and like I said, it is really user-friendly. It comes with a complete manual, troubleshooting phone number and stuff like that if you have any problems trying to set it up. But you know, I'm not the most technical guy, and I set this up in about 5 minutes. So it has you can use your short lag and your long lag for in-between photos, audio and video recording, does both. It takes great video. I'll show you that in a minute here when I'm done jamming. You have to list your serial number if you want to register this product with the people who you bought it from. And that's it. It comes with a complete set of directions. Very simple, yet very efficient for anybody that's looking for a pretty nice game camera. So that's going to be it for what I have to say. I'm going to show some video of this camera in the day and night, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. Alright guys, so that's about it. As you can see, the quality of the video is pretty good the way I have it set up. Nighttime, no problem focusing. Didn't scare the deer at all. They walked right up to it, damn near kissed the lens. And daytime, they just look at it. It didn't carry any offensive set. Now I don't spray my cameras or anything like that. I could care less whether they could smell camera or not. But I use my cameras mostly for trapping, and I do all my deer off-season footage in the summertime. But I do use these exclusively. I have a good many cameras that I use almost all the time, and this seems to be one of the better ones. So that's about it. New View hunting. Give it a try if you're in the market for a good camera at a cheap price. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.